Welcome to United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Rachel Cohn, and I'll be your realtor while we explore a neat little piece of woods in Maine. We're located at Map 6, Lot 32 on Timberland Pass in Dixfield. We've recently been on Timberland Pass, and one of the great things about this area is you are deep in the woods, in nature, but yet you're just a couple minutes away from town. So I'm going to show you around here today and tell you everything that you would want to know about this great 50-acre lot. So here on the 50 acres on Timberland Pass, I want to point out a couple features that are really great. The first one is you have some really nice elevations. And the other cool thing is we are standing next to some old logging roads, which run all through the 50 acres. So there's lots of ways for you to explore. There's a lot of nice little clearings and outcroppings and level areas where if you wanted to put an off-grid camp or maybe even possibly build, those are all possibilities here. Do keep in mind that the entire 50-acre lot is currently in tree growth, but that's going to give you a great benefit on your taxes. Current property taxes are under $300 per year for 2023. So we've come up the road. Just tell you a little bit about the road frontage. We've got almost 1,600 feet of road frontage on Timberland Pass. From there, you also have direct access to the ITS trail system, and you also have deeded access to two different entry points back here. Both of them are gated. So one comes in on the Carthage side and the other one comes in on the Dixfield side. The one that comes in on the Dixfield side also has a deeded right-of-way for power and utilities. So if you wanted to put this on grid, there is a potential to do something like that as well. Currently it is off grid. You have some really great southeast facing slopes. So it'd be a great spot to do a solar setup. And as you can see, we have a nice little clearing here as well. So there's lots of options here. So we decided to take a little trip down the road from the lot, do a little exploring back here on some of the off-road trails. And I wanted to stop here. We're at a location that is known as Three Crow Corner. And I wanted to talk to one of the sellers. Ed Williams is here with us to tell us a little bit about what Three Crow Corner is. So Ed, tell me about this.
Well, this is the Averill hillside, and my wife's family's name is Averill. That was her maiden name, and she has two a sister and a sister-in-law that are over here. And my wife's mother loved crows, so they always called them the Three Crows. So Leanne's camp is off to our right, and Pam's camp's off to the left, and we're over the mountain where we just came from. And so we decided to put a sign up. And we used an old wagon rim, probably from the late 1800s, that we found on our property. And then everybody donated something. Then we had about 40 people in the family come, and we had a party to put it up. And now it's become quite a landmark with a snowmobile, and they actually have it on the map and everything as a landmark. So from this is the ITS that goes by from our left out straight away from us. And you can go on that up through Weld and all the way up to Webb Lake, and then ultimately to Rangeley on that trail. This trail also connects to crossing 142 and going on the other side of Webb River, and that goes out towards Tumbledown, and you can go towards Andover and Roxbury and Byron that way. So this is a major ITS trail and intersection that goes right through here, and it goes right by the property. You know, up in Weld, there's Kewanee Inn it has excellent food. In Rumford, you have Chamberlain's, which is very good food. You have Casaleo's out in Wilton. You know, there's a lot of different places to eat. There's Walmart in both Mexico and Farmington. There's Aubuchon in both Farmington and Rumford. Tractor Supply in Rumford, Tractor Supply in Wilton. You know, really, it's a lot of great places. Lake Webb, there's Mount Blue State Park for swimming, camping. Dummers Beach, they have camping there too. So it's really a great place. There's plenty of game, plenty of bears, plenty of moose. We've had bears in my wife's garden on the other side of the mountain 3 times in the past 2 weeks. So they're around, and we had a moose the other day. and plenty of deer, lots of partridge, and the young turkeys have finally shown up. The other day when we drove by here, there was a hen that had about 15 little ones. And that's pretty much, I guess.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing that
yeah,
with us.
yeah.
This is a great location, lots and lots of recreational opportunities in the area, as Ed mentioned, and you can even access fine dining and Walmart from here. So everything's close, yet you're still in the woods.
While we're here at Three Crow Corner, I also want to mention that this is the other access for the second gated right-of-way that you have the right to use. So we are back on the property. We're just a few feet over from where the highest property boundary is. And the reason that I wanted to bring you in here is behind me. If you cleared some of these trees out selectively, this would be a nice level spot with a lot of potential for some fantastic views. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. A couple other noteworthy things about this property include two spring-fed streams that are year-round, so you have access to water. You are on the ITS trail system, direct access, and Timberland Pass is a private road, so access in the winter, you'll want an off-road vehicle to make sure that you can get back in here if you plan to use the camp year-round. So we are pretty much at the peak of the 50-acre parcel. We've done a lot of exploring today, and we drove in a little bit on some of the old logging skid trails and then hiked in about another 5 or 10 minutes till we got up here to this nice little rock outcropping. There's a big temperature change here. You notice it gets a lot cooler as you get into the property and start exploring. One of the things that you may have noticed as we've been moving around is there's a lot of young new tree growth here. The last time any of this was cut was in 2001, so it's had a little over 20 years of new growth to come in. It should make for some easy clearing when you decide to set up a camp, and there's a lot of different options here for that. I've had a lot of fun exploring and showing you around today. I also want to thank Ed for sharing the information about the area and about the ITS trails. And be sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when new properties are on the market. Just to give you a quick recap here, 50 acres in tree growth, last cut in 2001. You've got about just shy of 1,600 feet of road frontage on Timberland Pass, which is a private access road, gated at two ends with deeded access. We have lots of recreation in the area to explore. Property taxes are just shy of $300 a year for 2023, and the list price is $135,000. Give me a call today for your private showing, and we'll take you around so you can explore all the little nooks and crannies here. 578-4273.